In the meantime, this might be Cyber Monday, but in Chicago, it was more like Moral Monday. Still protesting the death of a 17-year-old African-American male some 14 months ago. That video only coming to light. But these protests, at varying degrees, have stymied traffic in and around Chicago and access to any stores. And a guest on Fox Business Network found out for himself the hard way. Take a look at this.
This is a peaceful protest.
16 shots! 16 shots!
I'd like to enter.
No justice! 16 shots!
So this is what Chicago has turned into. The one day of the year which provides thousands of jobs, and they're prohibiting someone that had nothing to do with the actual incident to go inside. And this is what it is. Why don't you take it to the precinct on the south side instead of affecting everyone that comes in here?
All right, that was a business guy who just wanted to shop. And he says that many other Chicagoans were robbed of that opportunity. He freely recognized the right of these protesters to protest. What he didn't say is they had no right to infringe on the rights of other people to go about their daily lives, something on which Charles Payne finds rapid agreement. Charles, what did you make of all of this?
I got to tell you, it's just it's a lost opportunity, misplaced anger being applied by the same power brokers, if you will, that in my mind have a different agenda. The gentleman was right. You know, listen, in the black community, we learned that that the economics of boycotts can work. Of course, it all goes back to the Montgomery bus boycott. Rosa Parks put a lot of pressure, but it was specific to the Montgomery Bus Company. I got to tell you something. When Martin Luther King started MIA, which is the Montgomery Improvement Association, he was hoping that 50% of blacks would stay away from the bus company. 99% did. It proved to be very effective. This right here is misguided, and it costs you people who might otherwise be sympathetic with the cause, and it's disingenuous.
You know, we saw this in Ferguson. We saw this in dust-ups in New York, similar protests over racial issues that you argued, I think, at the time, particularly in New York, when you spill over into the West Side Highway or you deny me access to get home, either train stations or other avenues, you have gone overboard. But I was thinking when you were mentioning Martin Luther King, Charles, I'm sure in protests in Montgomery and elsewhere, he did stop traffic like that. Where do you draw that line?
Well, you know, they did stop traffic, but they didn't go in front of department stores. They didn't stand over diners while they were eating their dinner. You know, this right now currently is an extension of the Black Lives Matter movement, which has taken the things that Martin Luther King and that were very successful and reapplying them to ways that are haphazard, even anarchists, and sort of on the verge of anarchy. And this is why it doesn't necessarily work. Also, let's face it. You know, over the same weekend, unfortunately, there were 18 shootings in Chicago. 8 more people were killed. When we look at the demographics of that, you wonder when can we get the same sort of anger reapplied? Maybe we look in the mirror and we say, hey, maybe we got to fix some things at home in our own communities before we can get the kind of respect that we are demanding elsewhere. That doesn't mean that one is contingent upon the other, but we should be demanding both.
Charles Payne, thank you very, very much.
Thanks a lot.